first 1 year that you have allowed us to serve you, this is what we did for Kenya. This is where we need improvement, and this is where we need your support. Secondly, the judiciary cannot succeed alone. The judiciary is as good as the people it serves, and it is as good as its partners. Now, the Constitution requires that the three arms of government, though furiously independent, are of necessity constructively interdependent. And that's where we connect with each other, where we are able to do one thing as the Constitution mandates that we do. The other arms of government come in as the Constitution requires them to do to support the discharge of the main item that we discharge from this end of the three arms of government, which is accessing justice to the people who pay our salaries. And it is such a primary concern that if it does not receive the support that it must receive from the other arms of government, we just cannot succeed. And so, on this, our second important day, we from the judiciary refuse to talk and talk through the report. Now, that report is delivered by the Honorable the Chief Justice, as I will later talk about. But for now, allow me to take this privileged position to invite our other partner, the head of the legislature, the Honorable the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula, to come and speak to this congregation.
DCJ, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, Deputy President, my Lady, the Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court, judges of the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and the other courts, the Governor of Nairobi, Cabinet ministers here present, and distinguished members in the congregation. Coming to, my friend, the Attorney General, my classmate. Coming to the judiciary for many of us is like a homecoming, because this is where we started our early life. I was appointed a magistrate in 1983, and we served in various parts of this country. I didn't last long in the judiciary, and I left to go to practice. I'm saying this, Your Excellency, because as late as the early 80s, access to justice in this country was a very difficult issue. I remember in late 1983, I was hired by a sitting MP then to go to Mandera to represent his constituent. Going to Mandera took me 2 days by road, and I appeared in a court presided over by a DC who had no knowledge of any law. And as I was cross-examining a witness, he cut me short and said, "Wakili, maliza haraka tufunge huyu mtu twende." That is how far Kenyans have come to now access modern processes of getting justice. So we come here today, Lady Chief Justice and the judiciary as a whole, to celebrate your week and to receive your report and place it before the House of Parliament where it will be debated, and the other arm of government that I lead will pass some judgment on your report, on your performance, and that is how interdependent we must be. Today, as we celebrate this great day, I want to encourage the judiciary to remain studiously independent. For the last couple of years, bills and acts of parliament passed at parliament have found their fate not too welcoming in the judiciary. You struck out many of them as being unconstitutional. And that is as it should be, because each arm of government must supplicate itself to the other. And whenever you make such decisions, it makes the legislature even more careful in ensuring that the laws they pass must be consistent with the Constitution and with the aspirations of the people of Kenya. So, Your Excellency, as we come here, I want to salute you for being consistent in declaring your desire and your government to support the judiciary unconditionally so that they can be able to dispense justice to the ordinary people. Just one thing I want to finish with, Lady Chief Justice, and I think I've said this to you a few times before. In the old days when we were young practitioners, courts were studiously time conscious. 9 o'clock, if a lawyer or his client were not in court, the judges, the magistrates were seated there, and they would take a very dim view of a lawyer who comes late or a litigant who comes late. I want to encourage the judiciary that we keep to that tradition so that members of the public who seek justice don't come and stand in the corridors of the courts for too long. I can see now you are digital. Even though the digital platform, if we observe time, will save a lot of other issues for Kenyans. Allow me to finish by once again saluting our judiciary for coming of age and for making milestone decisions in many, many disputes between citizens and the state, not to mention politicians versus politicians. And now we have come to a level where even those who don't agree with what you say are respecting what you say. And that is the Kenya we want, and that's the Kenya we must have. Thank you, and may God help the judiciary continue being the true defender of the interests of the weak and the mighty at the same level, because that's where society must be. Thank you.
Asante sana, Bwana Speaker, sir. You just happen to be in the judiciary, so this is our day. Your Excellencies, we are gathered today in this place to give an account of what we have done as required by statute. And the statute says that the person will give that account on our behalf is the Honorable the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, and it now falls on me to invite the Honorable the Chief Justice of the Republic, the Honorable Martha Karambo Kome, the President of my court, to come here and give the report. The Chief Justice.
Thank you very much, my sister, the Honorable Lady Justice Philomena Mwiru. Your Excellency, Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, our Speaker, Honorable Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Deputy Chief Justice, and Vice President of the Supreme Court of Kenya. Allow me also to adopt the protocol that has been established and recognize all the very distinguished guests that we have this morning, particularly recognizing our cabinet secretaries, and I think our prime chief cabinet secretary is coming to the judiciary for the first time. I've never seen him before. You're most welcome. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, judges, our development partners, constitutional commissioners, our partners at the National Council on the Administration of Justice, all the people we work with, the judiciary staff, everybody who has put their hand to make this report a reality and to come and support us today. We recognize you and really say a very, very good morning to all of you. I start by appreciating and thanking the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, Dr. William Ruto, for honoring the judiciary with your presence in this event. I also thank the Deputy President and the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Cabinet Secretaries, the Principal Secretaries, members of the National Assembly and the Senate, the Judicial Service Commission, chairpersons and commissioners of the various independent constitutional commissions present in this event,